Good evening, believers. How are you doing today? It's Love Coach Dasha coming to you today for the Healing Hour Live. Come on in, come on in. I want to talk to y'all today. We're talking about taking a stroll down the healing path. Hey, Selena, how you doing, girls? I see you over there on Instagram. I am glad to be here today. We're taking a stroll down the healing path. We are going to get ourselves some healing and some reconciliation after infidelity. I know that seems super impossible. That seems like some strange stuff. But guess what? It's not strange at all. You are perfectly normal to want to do that. I myself, I wouldn't say that I'm normal, but I myself have been through it and I have come out the other side and I want to tell you all about it, all right? Hey, girl, hey! I'm glad to see you. Let me make sure I can see everything on Facebook, on my StreamYard. If you've not been with me before, if you're in my Facebook group and you're in this live, go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and it gets you, it will allow your name to be seen on my screen. That's all it is. It's not, asking permission for anything else. But if you're here, give me likes, give me love, give me some acknowledgement. Let me know that you're here with me. I'm glad to have you. I was sitting here excited. I was like, oh, it's almost time. I'm getting ready. I do. Hey, Mama Khan, I see you over there on Instagram, girl. I'm trying to tell you, I do like the bare minimum to get ready. I was trying hard not to do my hair today. So I curled it up yesterday and I rolled it up last night. And I tried very hard not to like crush all my poor little curls out of my head. So it held up today. So I didn't even have to do much. I threw a little powder on my face, a little lipstick on, and I came on in here to say hey to ya. All right. So come on in. Come on in. I'm glad to be here with you today. Always excited to see you. Let me get to that. All right. Pull that up big. Okay. All right. So, if you've never met me before, I'm Love Coach Dasha, and I am here to help you figure out how to stay in your relationship after infidelity. I know it's a hard thing to do. I know that other people will tell you, oh God, you shouldn't do that. You should just leave him. You should put his stuff on the curb. You should kick him to the curb. I know. I know that's all the things that people will say. However, I think you love them. And if you love somebody, you don't necessarily have to give them up just because they did something idiotic. Now, if that was the case, there wouldn't be any couples at all. If we have to give up the person that we love just because they're an idiot sometimes, nobody would be together. So we are going to take away some of the stigma about staying after cheating, and we're going to go ahead and be happy and get over it and get past it and get to a new place in our relationship. Doesn't that sound much better than being stuck? I hope it does. If it does not, you're probably not in the right place. But if that sounds like a good idea to you, you're like, yes, I would much rather not be stuck like this anymore. You need to come talk to me. All right? Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right. So we're going to start off like we always start off. Every single day, every single time I come and talk to you, hey, Selena. Yes, this is what I'm talking about, girl. Every time I come to you live, I am on YouTube, Instagram, I'm on Facebook, trying to get 1,000 people on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok, like my stuff on TikTok so I can go live there too. But I am live here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that I can tell you that you're not crazy for wanting to do this, and it is absolutely possible to do it. And here are things that you can do to start to reduce your trauma, to start regulating your emotions, start being able to be with this person that you love in spite of this trauma. So that's what I want you to know. And these things that I always start off with, these are basic things that you can be doing that are going to help you with the trauma. That's the most important part, right? We got to get out of pain. If we keep staying in pain, we're going to keep lashing out. It's never going to work out because we're just not going to feel safe enough to let our relationship go. So we're going to go ahead and do what we can do to control our own emotions. And then what happens is As you change things around you. Don't try to start with what can he do to make me feel better? Okay? You are taking all of the responsibility and honestly the honor of handling your own emotions and you're giving it to him. And he's not been the most trustworthy with things lately. So let's not hand it over to him right now. While we're trying to heal, while we're trying to get ourselves together, let's depend on our own agency and work towards healing. And as we get a little bit closer to healing, then maybe he can help out a little bit. That makes sense? All right. So first things first, do your deep breathing. Dang it. Do the breathing. I'm constantly saying this. People are constantly telling me, oh, I forgot. I haven't done it in a couple of days. And I did it this morning, but I was already freaking out. It didn't really work. Yeah, there's a reason it didn't work because you haven't been doing it on a regular basis. You need to be doing your deep breathing 5 times a day, at least. Okay. That is the very, very bare minimum. Once we get up, once we go to sleep at night, 3 other times during a day, set a timer. Okay. Set a clock. If you work with me, I just decided I was like, you know what? I'm going to set it up. So I've got a text message that goes out to my coaching clients. I'm setting it up now. 5 times a day. I'm like, hey, did you do your deep breathing? So if you want to work with me, I will send you a text and let you know to do it. But if you're not going to be working with me, then you need to be doing it on your own. You need the deep breathing because trauma changes the way that your body operates. Not just your brain, not just your mental. This is a way that your physical body operates. When you get anxious, the first thing that happens is your breathing changes. You start breathing in more shallow. You start trying to suck in more oxygen, but not letting out carbon dioxide because you're trying to get more and more and more oxygen in because the path of your blood around your body has changed. We are going into fight or flight mode when we're anxious. And that means that blood doesn't go to the middle part of our body as well anymore. It goes to the extremities. It goes to your arms and your legs. Your arms, so you can fight, or your legs, you can run, fight or flight. So we need to take back control of the breathing because the breathing is the whole thing that starts that whole process off. If we can get to the breathing and get in control of that, we are telling our bodies, we are telling our brain, hey, we do not need fight or flight right now. We are safe. It was just a memory. Don't worry about it. It was just a little trigger. I am perfectly safe right now. Everything is all right. And as you do that, you start to calm yourself, center yourself. It gets better and better and better, easier and easier and easier. Okay? All right. So we're going to do our breathing. What we do is 4-7-8 breathing. We blow out so you can exhale all that carbon dioxide. Inhale for a count of 4. Hold that breath for a count of 7, and then you're going to blow out like you're blowing out an entire cake full of birthday candles for a count of 8. And I'll count for you, so you don't have to do that. I got videos on YouTube and TikTok doing the breathing, so if you need one, they are up and available. But right now, we're going to do it together. We're going to do it 3 times just for the sake of time. All right? Y'all ready? Good evening to you, Angela. Angela's here with us. Angela's my awesome moderator in the Facebook group. You be catching it, girl. You be doing your thing in there. I see you. All right, so we're going to do our deep breathing together, all right? Get ready, put yourself up straight. Let me just talk about this real quick. Posture, body language, super important, okay? As you are getting anxious, your muscles start to kind of draw and creep up, okay? It kind of shortens and tightens. What we need to do is push those shoulders down, push them all the way down, and then let them fall back, all right? You will feel your chest expand. We're trying to like touch our shoulder blades together. Up, put your head up. Don't have your head down and tucked in. You can't breathe well like that. Head up, chin parallel with the ground. Just that change in your posture. Try it right now. Going from here to here is a completely different feeling, and it actually starts to change your mind too. Your body language will inform how your brain feels. And if you're saying to your brain, I feel safe. I'm so scared and I want to be small and I want to be safe. Then your brain is going to believe that that's the state that you need to be in and it'll keep you there. But if you straighten up and inhale, my baby, he's sleepy. He's going to but if you do that, you exercise that, you stretch your body out, open yourself up, you tell your brain that you're safe, you don't need to fight or flight. Just so you know. All right, so let's do our deep breathing. Blow out, inhale for 4, hold for 7, and then blow out for 8. It distracts me. I'm trying to tell you. Ugh. All right, anyway. All right, we're going to blow out. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. Hey, Laquisha, I see you over there on Instagram. How does that feel when you do your deep breathing? Feel when you're doing that. Good stuff. When you do your deep breathing, when you're regularly doing it, you calm yourself, you center yourself. Your brain feels like it functions a little bit better. There are many positive aspects to breathing because that is one thing that we all need is oxygen. Every single time you sit there with your breath and you're inhaling, you're doing yourself a favor. So I know it's automatic to breathe just enough to keep it going, but I mean, really focusing on your breath, deepening that breath, expanding your chest, blowing out that excess carbon dioxide, you are going to feel better because oxygen makes you feel better. It helps with all pain. All right. Next thing I want you to be doing is your doggone journaling. Your whole body relaxes, right? It really does do that. You're telling your body, oh, I am safe. And then that allows your body to relax. Your brain is like, okay, well, she's got control of the breathing. It's slow, it's steady. She's controlling the whole time. I guess she is safe. I guess I was wrong. I thought it was a big deal, but it wasn't. Okay. And that your body will start to let it go. And your brain will start to understand that these little triggers are not actually life or death threatening things. That is what the whole thing is. Your body, your brain thinks that a trigger means that you're about to be eaten. And you're not, but that's where it developed from us being capable and the possibility of us being eaten was from that, right? But the next thing, of course, do your journaling. I'm so colorful in the colorful journal, but it doesn't matter what kind of journal you use. It doesn't matter at all. Somebody said the other day they didn't feel safe writing in the journal because it thought that their mate was going to read it. And my husband did that once. He did it once. We were about a year together, and he read my journal. He read something he didn't like, and he was like, "Okay, I'm going to stay out of that for, for a long while. I'm not going to touch that again." Hopefully, it doesn't have let your be hey, look, I am trying to get over this. And as a part of getting over this, I'm going to be keeping this journal. I need to be able to sit down with this. I need to be able to be free with this. I need to know that you're not going to go through it and start talking to me about stuff because this is, I'm writing it down in here so I don't have to keep talking about it with you. So stay out. Can you do that for me? If you're somebody who can't do that for you, I don't believe that you're with somebody who would do that for you. I don't believe that you would pick somebody who wouldn't respect at least that much of your privacy. And then No, okay, but your privacy, you respect a little bit of his too. Right? All right, so do your journaling, date time, and level of anxiety. At the very top of the page, date time, level of anxiety. Your level of anxiety, of anxiety is 0 to 10. 0 is no anxiety whatsoever. 10 is I want to rip my hair out, tear my clothes off, run screaming down the street naked, and nobody can stop me. That is a 10. If you're sitting down at your desk with a pen in hand, you're probably not at a 10, right? 9, right? 8. You be realistic about where you actually are. You're putting a fence around those people. So it can only get as bad as a 10. It cannot be 100. It cannot be a monster ready to step on you and squash you. It can only be a 10. That's as high and as bad as it can get. You got a little bit of perspective on it now. And as you're writing these things down, write down the good and the bad. Write down if you're triggered, what was happening in the minutes and hours leading up to the trigger, because a lot of the time you start off higher, higher on the anxiety level and not realizing it, and then you get triggered by something very small because the actual triggerness started way before you actually recognized that you were triggered. Does that make sense? Write down all of that. All right. And then let's see. For Thirsty Thursday. Did you all give me Thirsty Thursday? Did you give me good stuff that's going on with you? Let me know. If good stuff is happening with you, I want to know. Talk to me about, tell me the good stuff. I am here to celebrate the good stuff. I am fully for the good stuff. So I want to hear about that good stuff that's going on in your life, because the trauma will make you feel like, oh, this is just awful and your life is just awful and miserable and nothing good ever happens to you. But that's just not true, is it? It's not true. Good stuff still happens to you. This is actually a small portion of your life. This is, it feels huge. It feels like it's taking up all the space, but it's not that big of a portion of your life. So what you need to do is remember the good stuff. Be grateful. Develop that practice. Wake up first thing in the morning and start looking for things to be grateful for, because that will keep that the terrible thoughts at bay. It will tell the terrible thoughts, oh, she's thinking about good stuff right now. Okay, well, I guess it's not time for a terrible thought right now. We'll give her a break. And then they start getting um, further in between. You don't have as many of those bad thoughts as you're trying to work on your gratefulness. All right. So, Selena, Selena's here. Selena said, I'm having such a fantastic week. I know, girl, it's so good. And I was just planning my daughter's graduation. Oh, I love it. Oh, got mine graduated last year. Oh, it's so good. I get to do that type of stuff. Great job, great, huh? Great job on that. And I'm so glad to hear that, Selena. Glad things are going well for you. Mom said, honey and I had our silicone wedding bands blessed by our priest this Monday. Ooh, big time. Okay. That's the ones we're gonna be wearing. We gotta get the blessing on that too. Can't just leave that unattended to. Got to have the blessing on that. These rings have been blessed by the pastor who married us, and I never take them off. Like I got a really simple set so that I never had to take it off. It's white gold, but I like the silicone thing. I don't think they had those when I got married. I don't remember a selection of silicone rings when I got married, but very cool. I'm very glad that you felt good enough in the place that you were to go ahead and have the rings blessed, so that you have that blessing that attaches to your marriage and you keep on going with that. I love that. Ooh, I love it. Sounds great to me, Mama Khan. So glad for you. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else got some good stuff happening this week? You just gotta remember, wake up in the morning. Um, Trauma is gonna tell you stories. It's gonna tell you lies. It's gonna tell you things are horrible. It's gonna tell you all these things that just aren't true. And you gotta be challenging those stories with your own stories. So it's the story of how things went great this week. I have just been flipping happy. I don't know. I'm not trying to question it. I'm just running with it. I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna be happy. So just B. Go ahead and accept it and just run with it. I'm not questioning it. I'm not like, oh, why am I feeling so happy? I'm just feeling full, and my heart is feeling like it's bursting. And I have planned to help at least 1,000 women this year get out of pain. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good this week. All right. So, well, Angela said we gave my daughter a surprise early birthday congratulations party. She started LPN school. We all had a good time. Oh, that sounds good. Congratulations to her. I'm an LPN. I'm trying so hard not to be one anymore, but I am. I've been one for 20 years, so or actually 22 now. But it's so awesome. I'm glad. And her birthday, happy birthday to her too. It's a lot of birthdays coming up. All right. Taboo. I don't know what that ding was. All right. Anyway, something dinged. All right. Let's see. The next thing. It's a simple thing, but I'm trying to tell you, it is one of the most effective things. Stop asking all those questions. I promise you, you don't want to know the answer. I promise. Whatever the answer may be, it is not going to satisfy you. It's not going to help you. It's not going to make you happy. Raise your hand, say something to the others if you have been in a situation where you asked all the questions and it did absolutely nothing for you. Let me know because that's the way it always is. I keep on running into people and it's like, oh, I asked some questions and ended up hurting my feelings. Because the thing is, your brain is asking those questions for a reason. It is part of your trauma response. It is part of that anxiety response. Ask a whole bunch of questions and cement the details into your brain so that you never forget that this ever happened. And oh, this particular situation would never happen to you again. Okay, first of all, you could be cheated on again. Okay, that could happen with this person or with somebody else. If you left and went to another relationship, you could still just as easily be cheated on, even you knowing all of those details. Your brain is doing it for that reason, and then to have some ammo to aim at you whenever you think about dropping your walls, getting close again. Your brain is going to throw one of those little details at your head and say, oh, but remember this awful thing happened, and this is what you asked about it. This is the answer he gave you. Don't you want to back off? And then you end up backing off, which is not what you want to do at all, right? So we got to get control of that. Selena said, yep, not helpful at all, just makes us argue every doggone time because that's what it's designed to do. You're not actually trying to ask questions for clarity, for understanding. I promise you, you think you're doing that, you are not. You are doing it for an argument. You were doing it because you were feeling triggered and you were feeling emotional and you want to take it out on him. That is what's happening. So when you're asking those questions, you justify it in your brain and say, "Oh, I just want to talk to him, and I just want to be closer to him and communicate." I got better communication for you. This is the and beautiful, right? This is a game you can find on Amazon. It's like $30 now. Um, Excellent questions. 199 questions. That is the healing edition. The and excellent questions to ask, so that it should have in your brain to ask questions. Let's ask better questions, right? Doesn't that make more sense? Let's ask some healing questions instead of hurting questions. Let's try a couple of these. All right. What's something you wanted to tell me and haven't yet? And why? What's something you wanted to tell me, yeah, but you haven't yet? And why? What's something you wanted to tell me? Can you say that? I can't. And it was something you want to tell me, but you haven't yet, and why? And think about that too. Um, if he asked you this question, what's something you wanted to tell him that doesn't have to do with the cheating, but what's something you wanted to tell him, but you haven't yet, and why haven't you told? It's a good question. You need to think about these things, right? Another question. So, what's possible for us? Neither of us ever imagined. Ooh, that's a good one. What's possible for us that neither of us ever imagined. What's possible for us that neither of us imagined. Isn't that a nice thing to think about? Not a better question, asking them something about the affair? I think that feels better, right? You're going to feel it. Everything we do, everything we say is going in that direction and not in the direction of, oh, my chest hurts. Let me confront that. All right. One more. What famous person reminds you of me? What famous person reminds you and why? What famous person reminds you of why? I don't think I remind him of anybody. Unique. And it's so funny because so many people tell me that I look like people they know, but I never see them. I never see these people that they're talking about. Answers, the questions and answers get stuck on repeat, and it's like hearing the information for the first time, getting heard over and over. You have asked this question already. You have heard this answer. Asked this exact same question, and now you're hearing it again, and now you're like, "Oh, my heart is breaking because I already heard this answer, and I just wanted him to repeat it again so I could hurt myself a little bit more." Or sometimes your memory is bad when you're dealing with trauma. You actually don't remember that you have asked this question before. Or, oh, this one is bad. Sometimes you will ask a question and you have asked it before, and he will give you a different answer because you apparently didn't like that first answer. You were asking it again, so he's like, okay, I guess I got it wrong. I guess I said something that you did not appreciate. So I'm gonna switch that up. I'm gonna give her a different answer this time, and then that pisses you off because you were like, "See, you're lying," and it's not even that. It's just the fact that he's like, "Well, you didn't learn the last answer you asked me again." So I had to come up with a different answer. Like a little kid gets in trouble, and then they're like, "Okay, well, I gotta give you another answer now because you didn't get that one." So always the questions, look for those. Okay, get yourself into these games, and then just sit down. When you got the urge to sit there and ask him questions about it, use those questions instead. Use something constructive instead of destructive as you're going about the healing process. All right. All right. So that's my basics. That's basics right there. Tara. Hey, Tara. I didn't say you. Hello. Hello. Glad that you're here. You know, it's time. Questions. Let's give me some stuff to talk about with you. I will riff about this stuff all you want to. Oh, hey, did you all try the affirmation? I'm so lucky. Everything is always working out. Did y'all try that? Did y'all try that this week? Maybe that's why I'm so flipping happy because I tried it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just say it all the time, and just every time I just thought about it, everything's always working out for me. And I felt super happy this week. I can't tell you a particular thing that has happened that has worked out, but nothing bad has happened either. So, clients feeling good. When I work with her, like, okay, I'm getting it. Things are running along on all cylinders. I'm doing okay. Hey, I'm feeling pretty good. I don't know about you. You all try it, let me know. Ladies, it's so true. I ask the same dumb thing over and over and over again. Your brain wants to be like, okay, we went over this 6 times, and 6 times he said the same thing 4 times, and he said something a little bit different the other 2 times, and let me examine those. And so now I'm giving your brain something else that it could obsess over about this situation, but it did not need. It didn't need anything extra to obsess over. You gave it to it now, so now your brain is just flipping that around and up at night examining all of these answers. It's just bad for you. It just is. It's bad for you. Don't do it. I know it seems like I gotta know all the answers to all the questions if I am going to heal. And that is not true. That healing that you are looking for is inside of you. It is not to be found anywhere else. Nobody else is going to heal it for you. Nobody else is going to give you anything to help you get healed. You have all of the ability inside you. You just got to go ahead and believe in it and access it. That's what you got to do. Expect that, you got to do that and third. There was a question in the group. Go back to that. She was asking, um, what do you, what have they done to show you trust or repair your trust or whatever? Uh, I forgot to pull that. Past. Of course, it's going slow. What have they done to earn back your trust? I think is what the question is. Y'all saw that in the group. What have they done to earn back your trust? And you know how I feel about that. All right. Well, let me know. If you this is the first time you've ever seen me before, let me tell you how I feel about that. Honestly, I think we don't make our partners earn trust. I don't think we actually make it right. I don't think that that's true. I know that we've been told that. I know that we said, we have to be careful. You have to let somebody earn your trust. And I don't think that's what we do at all as human beings. I think that we find somebody that we love and we care about, and we want to give them our trust, and we give it. We decide that that's what we want to do, and we give it to them. And then, okay, yeah, then they broke it, and then we feel like, oh, you love us in some way. But most of the time, when we do that, we're giving them that trust. We're not seeing them as a real person. So many people always say, "Oh, I never thought you could do that to me." That's not seeing him as a human being. That's seeing him as a perfect idea. And then you gave your trust to a perfect idea. They didn't actually say they were this perfect idea. That's what you decided on. So now that you know for sure they're just a regular human being capable of being wrong, capable of doing things wrong, capable of hurting you in some way. Now you get to trust them with reality. You get to trust them in a more realistic way. You are not saying, "Oh, I just don't believe that you would ever hurt me in any way, shape, or form." That's freaking delusional. All human beings can hurt you. That's it. It's crazy to even think such a thing. But now, okay, I can look at him and I can say, okay, in out of 100% of trust, 100%, I'd say you got my right now, even at my worst, maybe about 60% of my trust. You're still somebody I love. Still you. So that in and of itself is a big chunk of your trust. You really still love them. You still there with them. You're not running from the hills. You trust them. You trust them in some way. So okay, 60% of my trust. Let's say at the worst, you 60%. Okay, still they're a human being. You shouldn't be trusting any other human being 100% anyhow. That's some crazy stuff to do too. So, okay, 60%, we can work on that. 60% is not a great grade. If we can get up to about 70, 80, 80 is great. I think 80% of trust in another human being is wonderful. If 80% of 80% of the time they got you, they're gonna do their best. Okay, that's great in almost anywhere you go. But expecting somebody to trust somebody 100%, oh, they would never, is not seeing them as a real person. It's not realistic. So then, all of that being said, them earning your trust back is actually impossible because you gave them your trust. You just chose them. You chose them as a worthy receptacle of your trust. And okay, yes, they did something to mess it up, but the way you trust them again is to give it again. That that's how it goes. It is not, oh, here, show me. What could he do? You tell me that. You give me that. If you think that, oh, well, he could do something to make me trust him again. If you feel like that, give it to me. What could he do? What could he do to say, okay, I know for certain, I'm 99% sure with this display that I believe that you would never do this again? Again, we're going back to that old they would never, not seeing them as a real person again. And okay, if they did this miraculous thing to give you back some trust, how long would that last? Because you're still hurting, you're still a little broken. Your heart has been a little thrown off, your trust is thrown off, your emotions are unregulated. So even if he did all of the things and showed you, here, look, I'm trustworthy, look at me, would you still trust them? And I posit to you that no, you would not. In all the years that I have been doing this, it has come up time and time again. He is doing everything. I have seen it happen over and over again. The dude is doing everything. He's doing everything that he possibly could. He's got the GPS on. He's calling every 5 minutes. He is just a complete doormat for the fact that, okay, she's still hurting, so I'm going to just go ahead and lay down and do whatever she wants. Still, the trust was not there. Okay? So I'm just going to tell you that all that earn the trust back stuff, I don't think that it works. I don't think that it's real. I really don't. I don't think that it's real. You decide who you want to trust. And then the great part about that is you have given that freely of your own will. You have told somebody that you really love them and you are willing to trust them in spite of them not being the most trustworthy. And usually that makes people really, really want to be trustworthy for you. They're like, damn, that is an amazing thing. She was able to trust me again. She's willing to give me that trust, and I don't deserve it. I'm going to try and really make sure that I never, ever, ever have this problem again. I want her to always feel like she made the right choice and trust in me again. That's how you start to affect his behavior, change him in ways that are beneficial to you, but you got to do some changing first. It just works like that. If you want the magic, you got to sacrifice a little bit. What is it? All magic comes with a price, okay? The price is you got to calm down. You got to actually forgive. You got to actually trust. You got to put yourself out there. You got to put yourself on the line. And it's how you heal fastest and how the relationship heals fastest and how the two of you can come back together and be a unified front a whole lot faster. It just works the best. You tell me. Tell me if I'm crazy. Tell me if I'm sounding like I'm talking insanity over here. You know I always check. Hey, look. Sometimes, hey, as you're talking, I'm like, I don't know if I'm making sense. This might sound crazy to people. So, Stephanie, what did you say? You said, I agree with you to an extent. Once they continue lying after promising they were done doing whatever they were doing, I feel like it should be has to be earned. Maybe the answer is as simple as I should leave since he's clearly a liar. Honey, we're all liars. If we leave each other over being liars, nobody would be in a relationship. Everybody always thinks that they're super honest, but I have a sort of superpower. I sit when I talk to somebody, I can tell it sounds wrong to me when they lie to me. And I ask anybody who has ever worked with me, somebody who has worked with me, somebody who has had some coaching from me before, will I not tell you, no, that is a lie, you are lying right now. If anybody, if you're on the replay, if you're here right now, tell them that I say that all the time. Because I can tell it. It's a different type of tone to my ear. And people think that they're telling the truth. People are so emotionally invested in the story that they are telling, that their brain has been telling them that they believe that it is the truth. And so then all of a sudden they realize they've been lying the whole time. So lying, I don't feel like that is a punishable thing. I don't think that is, oh, because you lied or you're a liar, that means that you don't deserve your love, that you don't deserve a relationship with me. Because we're all liars, okay? We just all are. But this is the person that you love, okay? It's not too much that they could do to actually like give you this trust back to show you that if they've done it a couple of times, you're really not going to believe anything that they do is serious. You're not going to believe that is real. So it's kind of pointless. You're waiting on something to happen that will not change your mind anyway. The only thing that's going to change your mind about trusting somebody is you. You have to actually change your mind. You have to decide that that's what you want to do. You want to trust them, and then you do it. So I get what you're saying with that, Stephanie. I understand feeling like, oh, they've done it again, so then we should have to earn it back. But it's never been like that. That's not really how trust works. is a belief. That's the first word in the definition of it. It's belief. And nobody can give you belief. That's why nobody can make you be your religion because you can't give somebody your belief. So I get what you're saying. I totally understand how you feel like they would have to earn it back, but it's not like that. And that thought, that lie from your brain that they should try and earn it, that they should grovel, that they should beg, that thought is just a thought to keep you further apart because that's not a loving thought. That thought of, I'm going to punish them and I'm going to make them suffer for it. And you jump through hoops to try and get me to love you and trust you again. Hold on. Would you be all right with that? If you had done something wrong, you want to jump through hoops? You want to perform to be trusted again, to be believed in again, to be loved again? You wouldn't like that. And it's not a loving thing to do, so you shouldn't like it. So even if you feel like it's justified, you should not do things you know are wrong and that would make you uncomfortable. If you had to go keep on jumping through hoops, you gotta every time you turn around, he is throwing it in your face. What you did, what you did. You are horrible, you are terrible. Look what you did. You would eventually be like, okay, you're gonna have to suck it up, buddy. All right, look, you want me or not? Apparently, you have this thing against me right now. So I understand I was wrong, but damn, all right, can you let it go? And that's exactly the way he's feeling about it. Somebody in the group said that that them wanting you to get over it meant that they weren't remorseful, and that's not true at all either. That's another one of those weird thoughts from your brain. Your brain will tell you that that's true, and that's not. If they want you to get over it because this is exhausting, it's exhausting for you. I know that it's exhausting for you, so it's exhausting for them too. You're not the only person in this situation. Nobody wants to suffer unnecessarily. And you gotta understand that. But somebody's like, okay, all right, I understand I was wrong, but can we move on from this? Can you stop bringing it up? Can we stop making this the center of our entire relationship? That's not an unreasonable thing to ask. And being unreasonable about it isn't a loving thing to do. And so if you keep justifying being unloving, they can be justified being unloving just like you can. If you keep on saying, okay, well, I'm right. And so it, it doesn't matter. I am right. So while I am right, I'm just going to continue to suffer. You wouldn't like that. You would not enjoy that. You would not feel like that was a good, healthy relationship. So let's do good, healthy stuff instead of doing that negative stuff. All right. Oh, phone ring. I lost my thought, but you all let me know. Got any questions, comments, thoughts, complaints, anything going on? Is there anything I can go into in the group? If you got questions, let me know. I don't want to bore you, but I see y'all here, so give me some questions. Give me some thoughts. So, what are you thinking about? What is going on in your head? Let's see. Um, it's an interesting thing. Inside the group, inside the Facebook group, um, there's a lot of people who are triggered, who are anxious and triggered, and I see that sometimes it'll be like people are kind of feeding off each other and bouncing off each other and getting, I'm triggered, so you're going to be triggered, and we're going to be triggered together, and then we're going to argue with each other. Um, I wrote a post about it earlier today, but I wanted to say we got to be nice to each other, all right? We need to be kind to one another. We are all going to think a little bit differently. Um, for the most part, in trauma, you think like everybody else, but everybody's got their own background. Everybody's got their own things that they come from. And so when you see somebody, if it's something like that you're like, that's triggering to me, okay, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and just scroll. Keep on going to the next person. Or give some positive feedback. But just sitting there arguing with one another about the things that you believe, about how you feel, about word choice, that type of stuff, that's all because the anxiety is built up in everybody. And easy to argue. But I want you to be, thinking about that as you're interacting with the other group members, that they're hurting just like you are. Everybody in here is having the same exact problem. They feel the exact same way that you do. And they don't need you to come down. Okay? So everybody that's listening to me now, everybody working on being kind to one another. Make sure that you're being loving towards one another, because we got to treat each other nice. We are going through some stuff. We are going through a traumatic situation, and to have a traumatic situation come to a good conclusion, we need good support. That's why I try to keep this group. But I am just one voice, so everybody, come on and say the good stuff, okay? Give each other that good feedback. Tell people when they're being obnoxious. Tell them when they're being super negative, and saying something that is going to hurt somebody or stress somebody out. And go for it, okay? Just come on in and talk, and repeat some of the things that you've heard me say, and repeat things that worked for you and made things better, instead of just being focused on the bad. All right? Can we do that? I would like that. I would appreciate that. And don't give any money to the hackers. We were talking about that earlier too. Don't do it. It is a setup. It is a scam. I promise you. They are not going to give you the information. Okay? That's another thing too. Let me just talk about this, because I said the word justified earlier, and that's a good place to end. When you are saying that you are justified, when you're telling yourself that you are justified in doing something, that means you already know that it's wrong. That is what that is. You can pretend like you don't know, but if you're saying, oh, well, I'm justified in doing X, Y, and Z because of him, you already know it's the wrong thing to do. You're giving yourself an out. You're giving yourself a reason. Because my feelings are hurt. My feelings are involved. Then that suspends my morality. That says that my morality only extends as far as my hurt feelings will go. And once that happens, then I'm going to be petty, patty, and I'm going to make sure that I make people suffer. I want you to change that, okay? I want you to be working on that. Don't justify things that you know are wrong, okay? You can say, "Well, I'm justifying not having any sex with him and keeping a barrier up in between our beds so that he can't touch me because he touched other women." Is that the relationship you want to have forever? Is that what you're going for? A relationship where you don't touch each other? You just continue to punish him for doing that, and you never get okay? You never get back to a loving, intimate, affectionate relationship? Is that what you want? I don't think that's what you want. You got to start how you want to finish. If you are justifying bad treatment, then you are the person that is delivering bad treatment in the relationship. You're actually not being the good partner. You had the high ground. You had the high ground being cheated on, okay? You did. But the second you start justifying doing the wrong thing, then you don't get that high ground anymore. You are showing that under the right circumstances, you can be just as bad as them. And so it doesn't really matter what they do, because deep down, you're really just as bad too. That's why it's such a bad idea to cheat back. That's why it's such a horrible idea. That's why it does not work. That's why it causes so many more problems than it solves. Because when you cheat back, you are literally saying, actually, under the right circumstances, cheating is fine. That's okay with me. I had the opportunity and I was hurting, so it was a good thing for me to do. But it was not a good thing for you to do. You are bad for doing that. You sound like an idiot. You sound like a complete lunatic. You can't do it that way. You can't justify doing the bad thing and then say that they're not justified in doing the bad thing. Does that make sense? You give me some love if that makes sense to you. Cause, huh, let me tell you, it's a thing. It's a constant thing. Now I'm trying to always tell you, like, you cannot just say, "Oh, because he hurt me, and I am going to be suffering. I'm going to make him suffer right alongside me." I'm like, that's not a loving thing to do. It's not a positive or kind thing to do at all. But I feel like it's justified because I'm hurt. No, it's not. It's not. So, whenever that word should be a ding in your head when you're like, "Oh, I'm justified in doing that." No, 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 you're not. You're not. Let's see. All right, y'all. Anything else? Thing going on? Lord, my husband came in here at the very beginning. I've been thrown off ever since. He distracts me so bad. I swear. I love to see him. Pops in. He doesn't pop in my office very often. Oh, let's let's see. Anything else? Nothing that I can pop up with off the top of my head. All right. So, while we're here, let me go ahead and say this. I am looking for clients. I'm looking for you. I am looking for some one-on-one clients. I have a new structure, new form of my coaching that I feel like will speed up the process of people healing. Um, and I want to try it out on you. Okay. Usually my coaching is 1333 for 60 days, but since I am going to be experimenting upon you, it is $133. So I am very interested in talking with women who feel like they are not emotionally regulated yet, but that they could do something about it. If you're able to listen, if you're able to follow through and follow some instructions, if you're able to receive my text message and actually do your deep breathing, if you're willing to follow through and do your journaling, if you're willing to tell me, give me some feedback, and you need the help now, come talk to me, message me, and I will most assuredly get back to you. And let me see up here on Facebook. Matter of fact, I'll put it in my link tree too. I'll put it everywhere. I'm gonna put up the link for some free calls to talk to me about becoming my next one-on-one client. Now, I'm only doing this for like a week, so first come, first serve. So if you're really interested in working with me, and you're like, yeah, gosh, I need and you can't afford it any more than that. It's a perfect opportunity for you. Okay, so let me post that. I will throw that up here. All right. So this week, what I want you to be doing is I want you to do that affirmation. It has been affecting my attitude positively. I already have a pretty positive attitude, but saying that to myself over and over again, I'm so lucky. It's working out. Saying it. Say it like you mean it. Say it like that's the real truth of your life. And see, doesn't it start to make you feel a little good. All right, I put that in there. Amber, you said we did a date night, just the two of us, and it was the best. See, you're honey. You be stressed out about him all the time, but he loves you. He was there with you. You got the pretty rings. Hey, relax. Body language. Relax your shoulders, open up your chest, feel good, be happy with them. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Good, good, good. All right, so I put that in the comments. So first come, first serve. I'm only doing it like this week. I'm not doing it every week this week, but I am interested in finding some one-on-one people to sit down with me and experience this structure, and then I'm creating a group program around it, so I'll be watching for that to happen too. But I need to do it faster. I want to get 1,000 women out of pain this year, 2023. If you're like, screw it, I am so done with hurting, perfect opportunity for you. Hit me up. Go ahead and click the link, pick a time, get with me because I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to change lives this year. That's what I'm doing. That's what's going on. So if you are interested in having your life changed, having coaching, and being able to get to a better place, come on to me. Okay. All right. Any other questions, comments, thoughts, complaints? Anything going on with you? All right. I don't see anything. So yes, I'm gonna put that in the link tree on my. I need to put it on TikTok, huh? I need to put the link tree up. The link tree on TikTok and the one on Instagram. I'll put it on there, and you can sign up for a 45-minute call with me, and I'll tell you about the program and tell you what I'm doing, and I can help you out. I can go ahead and be your coach, and you can get the full weight of my experience for 60 whole days. 60 days is enough to make a new habit. Okay, 60 days is enough to change something in your life. And if you work on me for 60 days and you are spending every one of those 60 days actually focusing on healing yourself up, getting to a better place, letting go of this pain, I am going to tell you by the end of it, it's going to be a brand new world. You're going to be looking at it like, how I didn't even know I could get here this fast. If you actually listen, all right? I need people who are going to listen to me. I need people going to follow through. So if you know you're hard headed, then I can't work with hard headed. Not gonna do anything. There's nothing I can do for you. But if you're like, oh gosh, I know you've done this before, you've got the formula, you can tell me how to do this, and I will follow through on it, and I will do it because I want to get to that better place. I'm the one for you. I am gotcha. I am a coach. I am not a therapist. We are not going to talk about your feelings the whole time. We are going to put X's and O's on the board. We're going to make some plays. That's what I'm doing. That's completely different metaphor from the way that I normally talk about my coach. But whatever. Sports metaphor today. All right. I think that's it. I don't see any other questions. I think that's about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my affirmation for the day. Now, again, I am offering, please, with this affirmation that I've been saying, I'm so everything is always working out for me. I want you to be on that because we're gonna manifest all together that we're gonna have better times. We are gonna come up with an affirmation card today. And this is a great one right here. Today I am loved. Today I will know in my heart that I deserve love and respect. Today I'm loved. Today I will know in my heart that I deserve love and respect. Today I am loved. Today I will know in my heart that I deserve love and respect. And I think that's an excellent place to end. So, if you're interested in working with me, click on the link on my calendar or message me and talk to me about it. And other than that, I will be back with you next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Healing Hour Live. And in the meantime, do not do what fear tells you to do. Listen to the love, okay? And I love you, all right? I'll talk to you later. Bye. Bye over there on Facebook and YouTube. And bye over here